Hello, if you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. We're going to do an open general message today, so whenever you may find this or transitioning into your weekend, we will be utilizing the scrolls to see what shapes and symbols stand out and speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We're going to add on Tarot and Oracle in the Shaman's Palm configuration, and where Mr. Ghost Gift is here kicking, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our aura adventures. So gratitude galore for being here, for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. When you're ready, let's go. Your Kali cards that just came out in the shuffle is number 33 and number 1. So Anatta Kali and Smashna. So if those numbers mean anything to you, the artistry standing out, as you know me, I'm always reading art first versus worrying about... there we go. We'll do that. All right. I'm going to take a moment to open up. You're welcome to join me. We're just choosing one scroll for our center midworld. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of anyone here at any time. May you meet a message with meaning. Oh, we have a Aura scroll. All right. Shakira. She's a singer, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she is. I feel like I can see like the hippie thing going. All right. So you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to oneself. Drop an emoji. Any interaction with the channel is appreciated, and your presence warms my haunted heart. Let's go. I am on a paddle boat. I don't know if everyone has like a memory of that, where you would use your feet to pedal the boat, possibly even drive it, or is there a stick behind it? I can't remember. That's what it makes me feel like. I'm in a paddle boat, something with my feet, so I'm on water, Danger. But yet I am using the strength of my root system, my legs, my veins, my trunks, to propel through water, whatever water might mean to you. It feels smooth. I wouldn't be in this type of boat. I feel as though I've chosen this vessel, I meaning you, if you're resonating, or if this isn't part of your Scry story, thank you for holding space for others. I have chosen a paddle boat because of the conditions of the water. While it may have a lot of agility, like I feel like I'll be able to get really close to shore. I can get in and out relatively easy. I can maneuver. The waters are not rocky. Where Ghost Tube said earlier, danger, it's actually... I think you've already been through an element of what would be more, where a paddle boat wouldn't be the vehicle to choose to work with water. You would choose something else, maybe a speedboat or pontoon boat. I don't know. Hunter of Death has come through to support in this mid-world here, like right in our palm. And as much as you might think it would come through, it doesn't. But I'm hearing the song, I got the whole world in my hand. I'm seeing a body being built here. There's feet. There's the chest breast area.
Let me show you. Grave.
There is something. Grave. I think I'm being put together. Or I'm putting myself together in a different way. It's like using my earthly strength to work with water. I'm putting pieces of something together differently. I'm being nudged along, especially being in like that sacral kind of vibe. I feel like I'm going from rust to neon. But the propelling with the feet is like that movement. It feels very lubricating. Okay, as I'm being reborn through through a death cycle, it's smooth. Again, it feels very smooth. I'm being nudged. I'm being helped along right at my butt, right at my rump. I might have needed a little nudging. I appreciate the nudging. Maybe I got advice, or somebody said something, or you noticed something and you're like, oh yeah, I really got to take care of that. And then you took care of it. I have a steering wheel as well in this paddle boat. And like I said, I think they're like traditionally at the back, like that big sticky thing. Excuse me, I don't know any of the language. And I have a canopy. I'm seeing the vulture as well with this hunter of death shaman coming through to support this mid-world. And I'm being asked to look at number 1. Okay, so let's...
13.
And then goes to just said the integration number. So I feel like 1, 13, and 33 could be some significant numbers if you're seeing them. 1. Smashana? Sorry, I have to read the book. I just got this deck recently, so I am, open to receiving knowledge. She shines her blessing of divine deconstruction, clearing away that which undermines your confidence and inhibits your activity on your life path. With the courage born of unconditional trust, you can accept her fierce intervention in your life with openness to the positive changes that shall emerge as a result. So this shaman smashana, like, look at this, right in the sacral.
Tired.
There's definitely been an air of tired. And I think that's why I'm using my legs in like this lateral way to kind of cruise. I'm still working, doing my stuff. Because it's like this propeller is chopping things up along the way. When I was saying thank you, shaman, I was seeing the vulture earlier. So whatever's like chopped up, the vulture is able to support nothing that it's like that feeling of thinking, oh my goodness, not everything, I don't want to be dramatic,
this is
but
strange.
Okay. Well, we are strange here, and that's amazing. Nothing has gone to waste. You didn't waste time. You didn't take a rural route or beat around the bush do you know what I'm saying? Everything actually lines up. It's just that I'm looking for a line of sight. And as I can see in a straight line, it's like, that's where I'm going, or this is the area, whatever this construct is, personal, professional, corporate, creative, romantic, platonic. When you actually start walking it in the field, the line of sight tethers you, but it's uncomfortable actually maneuvering it. You might have to walk around some trees, or do you know what I'm saying? It's not as clear. There's something also about a signal to the sacral. 33. Okay, let's look at 33 then. Thank you. So 33 is Anahata Kali. Definitely heart oriented. I'm breaking free. This is how I'm feeling. I'm breaking free of some sort of block in my mind. I'm hearing this Shakira song again. Shakira, Shakira. I feel like I'm like, remember how I was like, this is how this looks.
Gemini.
It's definitely about the heart. I'm like a master of the heart. Well, that's how I'm feeling anyway. Okay, let's read it up and see actually what the creator says.
Pick me.
Beautiful power, mother of the sacred universal heart, who lives within our hearts as the wisdom and healing power of love. Your heart knows how to heal and how to open, how to break and repair itself to become stronger and wiser than before. Your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what has taken place. Your heart wisdom is an empowerment and our, oh, for heavens and hot dogs. Your heart wisdom and empowerment are growing. Soon you shall have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something very important for your soul journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love and let your heart be at peace. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm on this paddle boat cruising the river. I'm cruising the river. And it's almost like, thank you, shaman, with like different things floating. Buried on the water, in the sand, in the water. It's almost like I am being able to reflect upon carcasses of things that add to the water for other life forms. So I don't want to, I'm not angry at them. It's like when I was feeling that reflection, right? Oh, I missed out. I should have done this, or did I waste my own time? I'm just seeing them float by. This is very calm. It's kind of bringing me into that air of like meditation of just, that one type of like letting the thoughts fly by like clouds. But this is in water. And while it might be muddy water, and while it might be clear lagoon water, there are still invisible, thank you, Anahatakali, there are still invisible biodomes, I don't think that's the right word, or biologies, microorganisms. So whether it's more obvious like in a river or lagoon or a lake or whatever the case is, it's all there. Nothing is being wasted is the point. Okay, let's carry on. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, please do consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Going into the Cave of Ice, we have the Hunter of Vision. This is it. Remember we were talking about it. Sorry, my camera's, I have that line of sight. While I might have my third eyes on the prize and pluck my arrow, I may not be able to appreciate the minuscule movements the arrow makes, but when I'm the arrow, boots to the mud or walking the talk, whatever the case may be, towards what I want, I will not get discouraged by having to step over things or around things, or having a friend for part of the way, not having a friend for the other part of the way, because this is like, you're going to meet other people. Please don't give yourself a heart attack. And perhaps if you know somebody that has passed in the afterlife, they might be giving you a shout out if they passed up a heart attack. But this is your path. You have a vision of your path. It's truly the sacral path. Can I reverse you? Strong arms. But it makes me feel like one of those blow up sumo suits or something like that, where you could have these big muscles, but it's not about being full of hot air. That's not the way I'm feeling it. That the point that I'm trying to express of how I'm feeling is being big, being strong, but it's weightless. It's weightless. 'Cause you're moving on up. And there's like a little baby Yoda with a big stick. You know where you're going. You know where you want to go. I just don't think everything is coming with you. Like in the paddle boat, there's only so much room because I got to stay light. Weightless. Cave of Heart or Hearth Fire, please, in the heart. Because this is, the truth. Cetus has come up a lot. If you are with Cetus or align with the timing of Cetus, you might be able to find a reading below that may resonate. Also, they're depicted as the whale, very watery as well. I feel like there has been a truth I've had to acknowledge in my heart of hearts, about specifically in relation to my sacral, which communicates something to my heart, which then gets this business. I can't remember what this is about, because now I'm hearing the song taking care of business every day, blessing of divine deconstruction and clearing away. Yeah, you're taking care of that business. And this is almost, it's like that deconstruction for some might feel like death, but I'm seeing it all being put back together.
Self.
The self, yeah. And any sort of cell that may have been a cage. Cave of Rivers. Interesting. This is any truths, your truths, growing truths, deconstructing truths, constructing, whatever the case is. For some, you might feel like, oh, this whole deck's upside down, that's why. You've been exiled, that you're on this alone. Because when I feel that, I get a little creeped out, like I'm in like a swamp or something. And not, swamp is its own ecosystem, right? It's very specific. I, as Steph, feel unqualified here. But that's, is that a truth? Am I actually unqualified, or am I...
Stop it.
Yeah, it's like I want to say stop thinking you're not qualified for something, or... Not to say... Okay, knowledge does translate, so while maybe, symbolically speaking, of course... Maybe you're on a lake or a river, and then you want to go to a lagoon, to a swamp, to an ocean, to a sea. They all have their own ecosystems, energies, forces working with them. But your skills do translate to some degree to help you step in and
Undecided.
not be able to claim, dumb. Like you can come in with some poise and confidence. Also, when I said some degree, that's to me the shaman of death came back in, because it's like degrees of death. It's like taking down an old house, barn, building, symbolically speaking, whatever may represent a cell to you or some sort of cage. And instead of smashing it willy-nilly, which may feel good, but will have a repercussion of debris, maybe nails, places, flunk, potential future injuries. But it is a way. And then you could also put that in another construct to, like a rage room. Okay. But then there's this other way I'm seeing it, where I'm like mindfully deconstructing this space, cell, prison, cage, etc. Even just, I think you've outgrown something. It doesn't even have to be all...
What is that?
Rammy, negative Nelly, and it's not negative at all. But hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And I'm outgrowing it, and I'm deconstructing this smaller structure because I'm actually building a bigger structure just off to the side. I'm back to the line of sight and the signal to my sacral. This is like building a house, but while you're living in a trailer, or living in a trailer wondering, do you even want a house, and the responsibilities that may come with a bigger land or a bigger home. I feel like all of these things you might be thinking, I actually don't want that, or maybe I do really want that. Sorry, I went off there into a rabbit hole. Nonetheless, you might feel alone in some cases, like you've been exiled because other people are going through their different degrees of death and rebirth, and maybe you're not part of their story either, or it's slowly dissipating. And I feel like feeling that, but you're actually, it's the nudging. It's the nudging. Spirit of Earth. It's the nudging. Shaman of reflections. Because this is the nudging. Everyone's reflecting. I understand it can be a little sorrowful. Don't get me wrong. It's like, how do I say? Giving and receiving medicine. Yeah, that's how I will see that. So coming in on earth is the reflection. So how at the beginning I was in a paddle boat using my earthly legs to move on water, reflectively it's like as I'm seeing all this stuff float by, and it doesn't have to, we're spooky here, so it's fine. You know, it could be different body parts that you've healed. It could be different memories, positive things, your favorite blanket, whatever the case is. That's the
My
reflection.
baby.
Like this process is super soothing. Super soothing. And I'm hearing you're going to meet other people on the same path. It's not the same like verbatim, but they're in their own paddle boat. But they might have be choosing a pontoon boat, or they might be in a canoe, or maybe they are in a kayak, maybe they're in a yacht. You will only know by connecting at the heart if their yacht and your canoe are the exact same thing. Are you both masters of your universe type thing? And are you, it's like now I'm seeing her like a server extraordinaire, and just like making a million dishes and serving things up and being like, you know, come on my canoe, I have this, or come on my yacht. It's like being on your canoe has the essence of a yacht, and being on a yacht can have the essence of a canoe. In any direction, good, bad, or ugly. All right. Closing out messages. I hope you are well when you receive this. We have here drifter, experiencing life as it comes. Vision. There's this line of sight. It's almost like things are starting to, it's like the nudge. You can sometimes feel like the walls are closing in on you. The nudge might come in other people slowly moving in or out of your life, or other things that you really loved. Oh, I really liked this before, but now I'm like, you know, you grow in and you grow out of things. It is the ebb and flow. That is the balance. The in and out of it. The inhale and the exhale together are balance. It's not holding breath and passing out and there be nothing. The whole balance is the inhale and the exhale, the movement of taking in and drawing out, drawing in, whatever the case is. That's the balance. It's not stagnant and still. That creates stiffness, and is essentially, if something has become that way, maybe that's where you're feeling it's time to be reinvigorate, not reanimate. I don't feel like this is like a reanimation. This feels like relinquishing.
Tunnel.
In a good way. So this, like the nudges
Coming
from spirit and the other side, the nudge. And they're like trying to dangle things in front of you as like this light. And each of these blocks come in to like solidify your path, to help keep you on the straight and narrow, even though it's not straight, but the line of sight is straight. The line of sight is straight. Eyes of the eagle rising above the fray, and wailing tree reconciliations is in the reverse. Oh my goodness.
Pray.
Yeah, this is what I'm not, thank you, I'll receive it in the reverse. I'm not reanimating anything that has burned. If something burned bridges, and there's forgiveness and all that kind of, you're like, yeah, okay, I receive that. But some things are energetically, they're exiled. And you know the value of that. The reflective bounty to be in a space to reflect. Sometimes you need to be exiled. And I don't mean it to sound so harsh. Because again, you've got these massive guardians. Yeah. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. In your canoe, in your yacht, in your wakeboarding, skiing, floaty. I don't know. Something on water. Ooh, waving.
Look.
There's direction. There's direction.
Grandmother.
You have a grandmother around. Did she pass a heart attack? Last oracle card before we close out. Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. And this is where like things, blocks come in. And I only say blocks because it's like, if you can see in these cards, like cement boulders come in. And if I'm trying to like bang into them, I guess they would be a block, but they're only coming in once I've made a choice. And then they confirm that choice. Confirm that choice. Confirm that choice. They slide into it to nudge me in the very directions of that I'm consciously choosing. And for one reason or another, in the winds of my path, I'm reconciling past issues, past mistakes, past positive memories, relishing really in all of them, rising above it all, kind of getting this big picture view and realizing even any time that I felt alone or exiled, or I have, exiled other energies, it was a very important time to reflect and to make choices based on those consequences. Tree. So there's that prison. So I'm not stuck in time. And now everything's in right time. Something I'm hearing that thing every time a bell rings, an angel gets her wings, or his wings, or their wings. Anyway, so let's close out. Taking care of business, heart to heart. You do mean business. And this is good business, because whoever you are going to do business with, who you're doing business with, visions and paths are the same. Similar.
She told me
how it earthly looks. I'm not there. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but your scope of seeing through to be like, oh, those people on that canoe, or the alignments there. Soulfully, I suppose, energetically. Like say if you're in a canoe, but somebody else is in a canoe, but they could be douches, and you're like, you're just going to align because you're both in a canoe. But then you could also meet somebody on a yacht that maybe before you would have been like, oh, yachts. But now you're like, oh my gosh, you were so aligned. And can be helpful for a period of time, or a long time, a short time. Maybe you can offer, you offer being in a canoe, them to be able to be more agile, and you in turn can go on a yacht and have maybe whatever a yacht would feel like. I don't know. Not much of a boat person. But you know what I'm saying? So if there is complementary energies, and it's like receiving. It's like being in a marathon, and again, I don't run marathons either. But those people that give you like drinks along the way, or splash water on you to cool you off, that's what this feels like. Like everyone's running together, and the people even on the sidelines are admiring those running, and those running are very grateful and admiring those that are standing there for hours just waiting for you to run by so they can give you water or electrolytes or whatever the case is. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but through this, I make my choices, and they affirm my path. I'm going to let this go. I hope that this did inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you next week. If you're a member, you'll have messages coming out tomorrow, Secret Tarot Society. And I will see you next week. We'll get back into the signs. Scrying sign. And until then, I will see you later. So much love.